All right, hey everybody, it's Ziggy here. I hope you're all doing well tonight. We have some very exciting runs coming up, so we're going to start things off with the last Castlevania run for the evening. So we have Freeland, who will be running the any % Trevor only run of the game based on the famous Netflix show, so Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Afterwards, we'll be heading on over to the series of fun Metroid hacks. We'll have Molly Man playing Mintroid, a minty fresh Metroid Zero Mission hack for the GBA, followed by CSN P-Toil and Sloters27, who will be racing through Super Metroid Containment Chamber, and then we'll be closing out in the late night with the one and only Azure, who will be running the challenging Super Metroid redesign ROM hack called Super Metroid Redesign, basically. All right, it's all yours, guys, if you're ready to go. We have Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse coming up.
All right, we good?
I believe so.
Alrighty, good evening everyone, and welcome to Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. I'm freeland1787, and joining me in the booth is Chakratees.
Hello everybody, your favorite disembodied voice is back again for another Castlevania game. I'm very excited to see this one. How are you doing, Freeland?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Got my cup of coffee and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. This is definitely not a game you can sleepwalk through.
Not at all. So we got to enter a name here. Everyone's favorite Castlevania anime series, Netflix series. What name are we going to pick here?
We're going to pick Not Sypha. Shout out to Mannix for the name idea, by the way.
Everyone's favorite character. Unfortunately, will not be making an appearance in tonight's game. We're doing Trevor only, solo Trevor. He's one-man army. We're going to take on Drac without any of the very cool optional characters you can pick up in this game. But whenever, take it away, Freeland, when you're ready.
All right, we're going to start. So Trevor here's gonna say a prayer, so that way we have good RNG, no bad drops, and all the fun stuff, and Cyclops behaving, of course.
The time will start when Freeland gets control of Trevor. All right, here we go. We are in Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Interesting addition to the Castlevania franchise. Actually, this game came out pretty late in the NES's lifespan. Only a year after this game came out, the Super Nintendo would launch, and not long after that, Super Castlevania 4. So, in contrast to its earlier titles, 1 and 2, we see a very fleshed out soundtrack and some interesting level designs. Right away in this stage, we can see kind of the deviation it takes from CB1 and 2. This screen right here demonstrates just the verticality that we're going to be seeing in this run. CB1, if you remember, was basically just a string of left and right hallways. Like, you're going left or you're going right. And if you're going up and down, it's to get to the next left or right screen. CB2, of course, kind of deviating from the norm, taking on some like RPG open world elements. CB3 is a return to form to that sort of linear action platforming style that 1 had, and Adventure also emulated. So CB3 was not without its own innovations, of course. We have a unique feature to this game, which is at certain points in the run, we'll actually have a chance to break off on different paths, which we'll be taking a very specified path here for the run for optimal time. We'll talk about each one. Some things you'll be seeing Freeland doing as he's jumping, something a little bit unique. Sorry, not Simon. Trevor actually loses frames every time he jumps. Something you don't see in a lot of other CB games. So he's going to be making use of that actually for some enemy manipulations, and also keeping that in mind. So a lot of his movement's going to be pretty static. You'll see some damage boosts there. We talked about damage boosts earlier. Here, damage boosts function a little bit differently. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right after we deal with his first boss, and if you blink, you miss him. Holy water is pretty strong in this game.
Especially with the triple shot multiplier, which, if you didn't notice earlier, I was hitting different candles and enemies in order to build up a count, so that way after 10 hits, I hit the next small hard candle, would drop a multiplier, and in this game the damage stacks with each holy water. So that's pretty much the go-to boss kill all the way through stage 9.
Yeah, Holy Water shreds bosses in this game. Here we see our first divergent path. We can either take the top path going to the clock tower, where we can find our good friend Grant. Unfortunately, we're going to leave Grant where he is this run. We're going to go to the Mad Forest.
Yeah, we'll give Grant the Netflix treatment in this one.
Oh, poor Grant. Now you see here with this Holy Water kill on that ghost, he actually dropped a heart. There is a drop system in this game similar to CV1, and there you can see another one right there. On certain frames, enemies will drop hearts as opposed to like from an item table, but we have to keep track of these hearts because on the 5th one, it's going to drop a sub weapon. And that is what we do not want. We want to hold on to this Holy Water for as long as we can, pretty much to the end of the game. So Freeland is going to pay very close attention to the amount of hearts that dropped. Another one dropped from those owls, which, by the way, shout out to owls. They are predatory creatures, and they hunt Belmonts. And we just saw that one of them drop a knife, the dagger, which is a big sigh of relief, actually, to see it drop right there, somewhere behind him and safely, so he doesn't have to worry about it, because there's some problematic spots coming up here soon.
Yep, and some enemies are more prone to dropping when you use the Holy Water sub-weapon, like owls are one of them. These bone pillars are another one, but we're not going to deal fail damage, we're just going to boost through them.
Yeah, some nice, very clean damage boost to make use of the iframes to get through that. And a very nice fireball boost. I love the fireball boost in these games. They look so clean. Yep. Right, I was going to talk about damage boosting. You notice there, something's different about damage boosting in this game. As I mentioned, almost all the classic Vanias treat damage boosting differently. In this game, if you take a damage boost, when you land, you actually don't lose frames as if you would normally jump. So you can actually cancel some of your falling frames with a damage boost. Also, that these whip cancels you're seeing Freeland doing is another mechanic it shares with CV1, where if you start an animation right before, or pretty well timed in line with when you would take a clunk, like falling from a high platform or something, you can cancel the clunk with a whip. So it's very clean movement there. Very cool to see that pulled off successfully.
All right, so coming up, a quick moment, if you don't mind. A quick reminder that all proceeds are going to be going to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. So every bit of money that you guys give this evening, tomorrow, and on Sunday will be going to the NMSS. And basically, multiple sclerosis stops people from moving. The National Multiple Sclerosis Society is here to make sure it doesn't. So please be generous tonight and tomorrow and on Sunday as well.
All right, we're coming.
Yes, please get those donations in.
All right, Cyclops behaved in stage 3. Got 3 of these fights in the run. You can see how easily Holy Water deals damage to the eye, which is the only part of Cyclops' hitbox that's vulnerable to taking damage.
And very nice triple campfire there. Yeah, Cyclops is going to be a very unique enemy. I don't recall him seeing in many other classic Vanias, but has a charge mechanic. Sometimes he can just walk at you. He has a hammer that does more damage than his actual body does. For some reason, you take less damage from him when you hit his head instead of his body or his hammer. It's kind of strange, but they really like this boss. In fact, they bring him back 2 more times. So I hope you liked him. You'll be seeing more of him. As we say goodbye to Sypha, unfortunately, we will not be needing her help today.
Hopefully not.
Now we move on to the ghost ship. This is one of the longest levels in this speed run. Kind of a winding path within this haunted ghost ship. It can be a bit of a gauntlet with these Dullahans trying to knock you off of ledges. You have ghosts trying to boost you wrong ways. Our favorite birds that just like to ruin runs. But not a whole lot to this level other than some clean movement and platforming. This is one of the more linear levels that you'll see in this game.
We just got a donation in from KCR for $20.05, who's saying, "Let's go Freeland."
Thanks, KCR.
Thank you for that donation. And we see a return of these blood skeletons that you've seen in other Castlevania games. They cannot be destroyed. They just fall down for a bit, take a nap, come right back up. See if we can get a nice damage boost here. Unfortunately, getting knocked back instead of knocked forward. That can happen. It's a very tight boost to make, actually. very
tight
narrow
to
window.
Yeah, it's too tight of a boost to risk in a marathon run, so I'm fine with taking the 1 second time loss for failing it.
That is fine, yeah.
All right, so I got to be a little bit careful here. My drop count is 4 again.
Drop count is 4, but that's actually a good place for the drop count to be 4, because at the end of this screen there is a guaranteed ghost enemy that we have a specific setup that we can use to force a drop in a way that will never harm us. Oh, but I'd just curse Freeland a little bit. We'll see.
See if this works. Nope.
Nope. Went for a faster way to get rid of him. So we are on drop 4. We'll have to keep that in mind as we move forward. Everyone loves a Medusa sub boss. I hope you do, but I hope not too much because you don't see much of her. There they go.
She lasts about as long as she does in CV1. Maybe
CV1 and CV4.
All right, let's see if we can drop here.
That drop was actually a candle. Hey, there we go. Freeland was able to force a drop with using the holy water on the platform right beneath that enemy. Caused it to die on that drop frame. That's very good. Another sigh of relief. Every time you see a drop in a place that you won't pick it up, it's just a big sigh of relief in this game.
Yeah.
That is it's one of the bigger killers of runs in this game. Losing your holy water just it doesn't kill the run, but that's definitely just a ton of time that you're not going to get back. It's the holy water. Actually, this level is one of the few where you can't get the holy water back on. So if you lose it here, you're lost until about the middle of stage 5.
Ooh, that was close.
Our favorite birds. Oh, that was very narrow. Very narrow. They like to keep you on your toes.
Yeah. So I didn't take any extra damage in this stage. We can actually go for a quicker kill on the second Cyclops.
I believe this is a strat that Freeland found recently. You can actually be a little bit riskier with Cyclops if he behaves. We'll see if he behaves. I'm gonna save a little bit of time. First up, we got a set of mummies that I don't even see where they went. I think they just left.
All right, we'll do it.
All right. We got a late charge Cyclops. Kind of wonky to deal with that pattern. Either way, taken care of with some very clean baiting and whip strikes. Playing a little bit of. Any fans of Street Fighter out there were playing footsies with this with this Cyclops. Some good fundamentals of fighting games right there.
Yeah, at least my triple campfire game's going strong.
And a great triple campfire. So that's the first 4 levels down, and what I like to consider this game kind of in a it's almost like an act 1, 2, and 3. The first act being on that first little strip of land. Act 4 kind of begins the second act, and we'll get into the third act later. This is sort of the midsection of the game with some very clean fireball boosts. They're not very difficult, but they're also not free. Like it's a tighter window than you would think, but with some good visual cues you can get it. This level really demonstrating the verticality of CV3 and showing that Trevor is the true Stairmaster of the Castlevania franchise.
Yep, that's why he's got huge thighs.
He is built different, you might say.
And a much more
very
much more manly strut than poor Simon from CV1.
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves the Belmont strut, as it were. But a very clean axe boost and picking up the meat there. Now we move into one of the first auto scrollers of CV3. You're going to be seeing these a lot, a couple more times, I would say. The beneficial use of these auto scrollers is it allows Freeland to sort of reset his drop count freely. It has a lot of these like slow moving Spear Knights that he can just throw the holy water on and guarantee some heart drops and just move it, get that axe just like that, and move the drop counter to a place that's a lot safer. Other than that, auto scroller's not much to them, just kind of waiting to get to the top. And if we have any, this would be a great place for donations.
We don't have any to go over right away, but I would like to remind everybody that we have some really nice milestones coming up. We are literally less than $200 short from the Castlevania 4 whip only incentive for Dick-a-Pound's run tomorrow morning. So let's make life hard for him a bit and donate a bit, make it all the way up to $1,250. Same thing goes for some bid wars. We have the Hollow Knight bid war to save or kill Mila, where saving Mila is currently in the lead with $100 against killing Mila, which is at $0. And of course, the infamous Fate of the Animals incentive. So between save the animals and kill the animals in Super Metroid. At the moment, we are choosing to save the animals, which is in the lead at $392.27 against kill the animals, which is only at $215. So let's save those frames, people.
Very good. Yeah. If you haven't seen a whip only running in Castlevania 4, that category drastically changes how they're going to progress through the game. So you can definitely make life a little bit harder for them.
Yeah, don't let them use the cross as a crutch.
Crosses kill bosses.
Gotta agree.
As we near the top of the tower here, we're gonna see a recurring favorite, Frankenstein's monster.
It's about
bring
easy.
the house down on it, but we kill him quick enough that it doesn't really matter. We also get the developers were nice enough to give us a free little chunk of wall meat right there in his boss room too. So really not a problem boss at all. That is unfortunately the end of the easy levels of this run. The difficulty of this run is about to skyrocket a bit as we move into level 6 with a really nice banging soundtrack called Stream, I believe. A lot of dodging here. We see a water mechanic introduced on this screen here. It's actually if you've ever experienced like rain levels in like some Mega Man games or Ninja Gaiden, like the game is actively pushing against you with that current, and you have to. That's why he's doing all these jumps to try to get through here and like kind of just nullify the effect of it. This time on that side of the stream's working with you, so you just run with the current. Very well done to dodge all of those birds and those fishmen. They can really trip up a run.
Yeah, I unfortunately screwed up on that screen. I wasn't supposed to whip that axe.
No big deal.
So we'll just take our drop instead.
Expertly jumped over that bone tower, dropping the stopwatch as we move into 6C. Just a safety throw there to take care of that bone tower. Now we get to see some really cool movement here. I love these damage boosts here. Very satisfying screen to watch. And you get rewarded with a nice chunk of wall chicken for your efforts. Yeah, you get a nice chunk of health.
That's a screen. If you mis-execute the boost, it becomes 10 times harder.
Absolutely. Very satisfying screen to watch. Castlevania loves destroying bridges. I don't know what it is. I don't know who Dracula hired as an architect, but they just love to design collapsing bridges. Either way, we're not going to fall prey to it. We are going to take on these Hydra. Let's see if we can get a good clean kill here. One head down.
I got bet. Third one was a little bit slow.
Looks like we just missed the 2 cycle, but a very fast 3 cycle there. That is a difficult boss to execute cleanly. Very well done there. That is level 6. That's one. That is. We are now moving into what I would consider Act 3. We're actually moving into the castle segment as we hear one of a fan favorite soundtrack here, Aquarius.
Quick heads up to everybody in chat. We have a poll going on between which game has the most annoying birds between Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden. Anyone of you guys have an opinion on that?
Oh wow, that's actually that's a good question. That's a good debate.
Yeah, there goes the elevator jump.
Unfortunate. We'll get back to that in a second. But that elevator jump that Freeland was attempting is one of the tightest tricks in this category. It is you only have a handful of frames to execute both jumps, to jump on the platform and off of it, and it's very easy to show up late. Actually, getting late there is one of the best things that could have happened if you missed it. He could have died, which would not be the worst place for that have that happen, because you can recover with the holy water pretty easily. But anyway, we move on. No harm, no foul. Yeah, speaking of the birds, I haven't speedrun or played much of Ninja Gaiden myself, but what I can say is I think the Castlevania birds, though very scary, are often manipulatable, so they may not be as bad as Ninja Gaiden birds.
I think the actual question was annoying, and in terms of that, I'd like to just bring up the cliff racers from Morrowind, which are absolutely horrible.
Oh my goodness.
Someone teach me how to play this game. I seem to have forgotten.
Oh my goodness. So, well, we did get the wall meet there. A nice safety wall meet. A good choice here for our marathon as we go into a very clinch-worthy screen. These levers are very precariously spaced. This jump makes me nervous every time. It is very close. I believe that jump was designed for Grant, actually, and which is very easy with that character, but very difficult for Trevor and Sypha to execute. I think it's 5 frames. I want to say, Freeland, is that correct?
5 pixels. I don't know what
5 pixels. Yeah.
Although I think at the speed it is a 5-frame jump.
Yeah, which seems like a lot, but it feels like a canyon when you're trying to do it. And we go to the a downward auto scroller this time with a bunch of collapsing, destroying blocks beneath us. We have to jump and act quickly to not just plummet. As we work our way down to our boss room for stage 7, we see our final recurrence of our good friend Cyclops and the mummies. But this time, I think he brought a friend. In typical mummy fashion, they evaporate. Not even a chance to breathe. Freeland's gonna set up here. See if we can get a quick kill on this Cyclops. He's behaving. Very well executed. Very, very well executed there.
Very
now
nice
we have the final friend of this this trio. We have the Leviathan Gargoyle. For some reason, is like the tankiest enemy in the game. Like he takes just a bunch of hits to kill, but a very clean 2 cycle, which is the fastest you can kill that enemy. He is big, he is bulky, but he's a little bit of a pushover. Unfortunately, no water left over the campfire, but that's okay. We'll just eat our marshmallows cold.
So speaking of eating, I've heard that G-Virus has received his McNuggets, and he is about to eat them with the hot sauce between this run and the next one. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I think I saw something on the broadcast of the person.
Well, as a fan of the Castlevania series, I enjoy pain, so we're gonna definitely stay tuned and watch that.
Yep, plenty of pain on this stage.
As we return to Dracula's castle, the entryway that we saw in Castlevania 1, this is kind of where we pick up again in Castlevania 3. Very nice axe boost, by the way. It's pretty difficult to execute. With a revamp of the Vampire Killer theme, the track known as Deja Vu. I just been to Dracula's castle before.
Same song, different dance.
Mm-hmm. They added spiders this time and some blobs. And a few more skeletons.
Yep, Death in his Richer Brigade. All right, we got pretty favorable count, I think.
Oh, there's an additional one. Yeah, this is a very cool screen to see executed. A quick jump over that Axe Knight. We'll see if we can get another one here as he sets up far away. Avoid that heart. Now, you're probably thinking, Trevor's heart count is a little low.
0.
Yeah, don't worry. We have plenty to get here. We have the ever-popular Castlevania collapsing bridge section. With all of these candles, actually creates a insane amount of lag. So we're going to pick up as many as we can to reduce that lag and make sure that we clear that jump with that Spear Knight. You do not want to get hit backwards into that pit. And we have an old fan favorite, a good old friend, Death. For some reason, works for Dracula. And but this time he's been upgraded with a second phase.
About as easy as the first, if not easier.
Not much to it, actually. Probably one of the easier death fights in any of the Castlevania games. He is extremely manipulatable, and he dies as quickly as anything else in this game, as far as bosses are concerned.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's nothing to manipulate. He's off the screen in the snap of a finger.
And now we have Stage 9. A very cool track by the name of Riddle playing in the background as we go into this game's version of Fleeman Alley.
Uh-oh. A little bit premature on that drop, but we're not going to let it.
Yeah, we have an axe drop here, but actually, as much as we've been talking about avoiding drops, that is not the worst place to have it. This stage, this is coming out. I was gonna keep it a secret, but Freeland just ruined it. You actually want to lose holy water in this stage to set up a very fast strat in stage A. So losing that holy water there to that axe is actually pretty beneficial. It just changes up how you're gonna handle the next couple screens, which is not too bad. It's not too much of a detriment.
Yeah, we're not trying to get a world record here. That's already been done today.
Very nice manipulation of that spike there. The rising and lowering spikes and the crushers are actually on different cycles, and those jumps there at the beginning of that last screen actually manipulated that. Very cool water effect in the background as we do yet another climb. This one is pretty tricky. There's a lot of very specific timings you have to factor in. We're going to take a nice, safe whip kill on that last little, I want to call him a gargoyle.
They don't look like gargoyles to me. They look like flying skeletons.
Flying skeletons. Flying skeletons it is. Just boosting through that Axe Knight. We don't really need to worry about him. Just grab the hearts on the way. As we move into another auto-scroller, Trevor picks up that money bag, which hopefully he will use to donate to the National MS Society. Oh, we get a multiplayer for the axe. Too bad. We're going to get rid of it very soon. Not the last auto-scroller, but the auto-scroller for this level has a holy water in it, which we just picked up. And we're going to use the remaining enemies on this scroller to try to build up our double.
Okay, I might actually use it to force the drop instead, and I'm not sure what my count is.
All right.
All right, this skeleton will tell me if I'm screwed or not.
Okay.
Okay, we're not
screwed. 2 drops. All right.
Gonna be hard pressed to catch up though, on top of the auto scroller.
Hey, that's all right. That's a good sequence of events right there. We forced a drop and we got our double. And we did not. We're setting on a clean slate for drops now, which is gonna be a very good sign for our next screen here. Not sure if we're getting meat here. We are at 75% health. We are just trucking on. And I'm gonna let Freeland concentrate here for a second.
I was gonna say I didn't have to take a damage boost at the start of 9-3 because I got the axe drop, which is actually the most effective sub weapon at killing that. Get back here, bird. I'm not done killing you. That's okay, I don't want the triple anyway. You'll see why soon. Alright, we're gonna make sure these birds die first before we try to cross the stairs.
Alright. That is the hardest part of 9-4 and possibly the run, but we're not out of the woods yet. We still gotta get through here. So let's kill this final boss here. 1 forward Medusa, not bad.
I probably could have done that fight a little bit faster.
But that is a downed doppelganger. Very, very clean. That screen, the 9-4 screen with the waterfall and the birds, is a treacherous screen in this speed run. The birds just swoop and are just they melt your mind with how difficult and uncontrollable they can be. Not to mention the fishmen. It's
the fishmen are the more difficult enemy to deal with.
Yeah. All right. there you see why we wanted to lose that holy water. We actually manipulated a situation where we can get an axe and a triple right away, which is going to save us crucial time as we're prepping to kill Dracula here. Contrary to most other Castlevania games, we're actually going to be using the axe to kill Dracula, and you'll see why when we face him. But as we move into the last auto-scroller for this game, you're going to see Freeland kind of hug the top of this screen, but very carefully, as moving these Medusa off the screen reduces lag. However, if Trevor gets too far up into the top of the screen, he will actually die. It was just an auto death. So he's very expertly navigating that as we set up a very carefully executed boost here to get this fireball to boost us with iframes through that last bone tower. That can be a very challenging screen without that strategy.
All right, we're gonna do a safety strat here, just in case I get a specific bat pattern on the next screen.
Just in case, picking up the last little bit of wall meat that we'll see in this run.
Oh wait, I can get those hearts back. Nope, we didn't get pattern. Oh well, full health of Drac is never a bad thing.
All right, no quick boost. If you can get it, get a bat coming from the left there, you can actually do a pendulum boost here and skip one cycle of the pendulums, which saves about 7 seconds, I want to say. Ooh, very nice force drop there from the bats.
I mean, unfortunately, a drop there isn't that monumental an event. There's no more enemies to drop at this point.
It's true. All right, and here we have one of my favorite Dracula themes, actually, as we move into the final fight. Freeland is going to pick up these last little hearts here, and we're going to have start the first of 3 phases.
2 cycle Drac 1, I'm sad. That's going to slow down the fight a couple seconds.
That is okay. We have the health to spare, which is what's important there. 1 cycle is pretty tight. Not insanely difficult, but definitely not free.
Not careful, you'll lose that extra health.
Yeah, now we have phase 2 of Dracula, as I like to call it, nightmare fuel.
We're gonna kill him so I can do the care of.
Yeah, we're actually trying to save hearts here because we want 16 hearts for the final phase 3 kill, which is some kind of bird demon, I think. I'm not sure, but either way, this is why we want the axe, because well, that in phase 2, his hitbox is only his head, and he actually can only take damage when he's not flashing. But that is a very good 1 cycle, as we have time.
Yep, and we even got the quicker 1 cycle kill. That involves the 16 axe throw. If you can get 7 before you drop down, it saves half a second over world record.
I'm just gonna say the bird Dracula statue thing, because this is a Metroidvaniathon. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I'm just gonna say it's a Chozo statue.
These universes are connected for sure.
Yeah, I agree. For the sake of what's coming up next, we'll be seeing a lot of those.
All right, awesome, great run, guys. That's really nice.
Yeah, well done, Freeland.
Yeah, I think the worst that happened was inconvenience, not necessarily anything dangerous. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. As mentioned before this run came along, you're going to see a gauntlet of Super Metroid runs right after this.
You betcha. We have Molly Man coming up with Mintroid, a ROM hack for Metroid Zero Mission on GBA, followed by a race between CSM, P-Toil, and Sloters27, who are going to be racing through Super Metroid Containment Chamber, which is a ROM hack for Super Metroid, and followed by another Super Metroid ROM hack called Super Metroid Redesign that will be run by Asder.
You'll definitely want to catch that, and also, one thing exclusive to this particular ending, the Trevor-only ending almost kind of seems dissatisfactory, where it's just like Trevor Belmont leaves and not getting the recognition he deserves for defeating Dracula.
If only we took Sypha.
Yeah, that would have been a much more satisfying ending, I suppose. All right. Do you mind waiting until we get to the screen where it has Trevor Belmont on stage 7 so it just shows the name? I think it's 4 screens from here.
Yeah, very nice credits themes, by the way. One of my favorites of the series. It's uncharacteristically upbeat, which is a little strange, but I enjoy it. As we see all the characters that we ignored give the cold shoulder throughout the run.
Yeah, although I'd say this track is pretty appropriate for what you're more or less trying to feel in this situation where you're just like remembering the journey that got you there. So here's the name screen. All right, so whenever you guys are ready to take it away, go right on ahead, because this is the end of the game and the credits.
All right, thanks a lot, Freeland. Thanks a lot, Socrates. Appreciate you guys being there tonight. Really nice run. So we're going to head on over to a quick break, and then we're going to be jumping on to Metroid with Mollyman22.
Thank you for having me.
Sings well.